What's up, Packers fans? Aaron Negler here with your Packers Daily Chat, coming to you live on the Cheesehead TV social channels. It's Friday. The weekend is here. The Packers have their final practice later this afternoon in preparation for their showdown with the Minnesota Vikings. We'll hear from Matt LaFleur, and various other players. But right now, it's time to hear from you, fine folks, Packers fans worldwide, because that's what we do here at Packers Daily. We talk to you. Want to hear what you have to say about this green and gold vestige of beauty. Good to see everybody in the comment section already. Starting with Maddie. What's up? Thanks for the super chat. Good morning, Nags. My dad and I watch every day, and it's his birthday today. Will you say happy birthday to him? Happy birthday, Daddy Maddie. Is that right? Or is it Daddy Zeng? Anyway, happy birthday. Hope you guys are having a phenomenal day wherever you are. And Maddie, you better be spoiling the hell out of this man. That's all I know. And thank you for watching and thank you for the support. What else we got? Good morning, everybody. How we all doing? Dylan, thank you for the super chat. Went to the Seattle game and I could not believe how fast MVS is. Always hear about it, and nothing else does it justice when you see him live. Holy crap. Indeed. Anybody who's been to a training camp practice can attest to this. There's lots of plays where he doesn't even get thrown to, but he's running a clear out or a deep nine or whatever, or a deep post. And yeah, he flies, man. It's crazy. And it's long striding speed too. Like he gets up on you quick. Yes, he is a marvel. Big B is here. What's up, Big B? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Pee Wee Pierre, thanks for the super chat. I'm facing season-ending back surgery for real and had to quit my job. I hope the Packers come through for me. Damn, well, that sucks. I'm really sorry to hear that, man. But yes, the Packers will provide some measure of solace in this dark time. Man, that sucks. I'm so sorry. So sorry. Nags, good to see you again. Good to see you, Zeke. Hope you're doing well, man. Brandy Lewis is here, of course. Nags, you do not know anything. You are from Milwaukee. Oof. I just, I tweet these things out thinking, it's kind of a little funny thing, and it just takes on a life of its own. I love it. But the most egregious part about it was that I'm from Appleton. I'm not from Milwaukee. The fact that she was using Milwaukee as shorthand for the entirety of the state of Wisconsin is what I thought was funny, but whatever. AJ Dillon on your fantasy team. Well, see, that's going to make things a little easier, Pee-wee. That'll breathe some life into you. I like it. What else we got? Folks? I know he's fast, but it's hard to tell on TV. He's got that effortless speed. Yeah, that's the thing. He's not pumping his arms really hard or anything like that. He's just out of his break up the sideline and gone. Chris, thanks for the super chat. Last week on the All 22 looks more like bad offense from Seattle than great defense from us. Do you see the same? It's always a combination. You can't just discount everything they do on defense because Seattle probably didn't run the ball nearly as much as they should have. But no, there are great plays across the board on defense. Don't be so quick to dismiss. Now, sure, I mean, the pass that Russell threw that ended up intercepted by King is a boneheaded decision on his part. So, yeah, there are times when the offense is going to give you stuff, but you got to take it. How many times have we seen those types of plays not be capitalized? And hell, it almost wasn't. King ended up hitting the ground and dropping it. But don't dismiss what the defense did. It's an NFL offense. Whether they were good or bad, whatever, you still got to make the plays, and they made them. Perfect example. Beat up the left sideline. Darnell Savage comes with some makeup speed and breaks up the pass, which probably was going to be a huge gain, if not a touchdown. That's not bad offense. That's just a great play from your defense. So I would quibble with your police work there. Kathleen, Nags, do you know where Shiocton is? Of course I know where Shiocton is. That's where I am from. Well, Kathleen, I hope if you're still there, having a great day in Shiocton. But yes, very familiar with Shiocton. Pee-wee, Packers game play Sunday, run, pass some more, abandon the run, and pass some more. Possibly. We'll see what the game plan is. Looking forward to MVS getting the ball versus the Vikings. See, yeah, that's the thing. Like, I would love it, but this isn't a defense that you get lots of deep shots against. They don't allow stuff behind them. I think there will be stuff kind of intermediary, like things underneath that will be available, but this doesn't feel like a type of game where we're going to get MVS loose. But You never know. We'll see. Bryson, thanks for the super chat. Remember when Z single-handedly beat the Vikings? That was a great night. That night was awesome. Oh my gosh. They won the North that night. That was such a great game. They could not block him. That was amazing. Jeezy Baby, what's up? Thanks for the super chat. After we wipe the field with that plastic franchise, I hope they recycle. Aha. I see what you did there. I like it. Porkmaster, what's up, man? Thanks for the super chat. Hi, Aaron. Have you noticed if Rodgers has thrown less over the middle this year? Maybe he has regressed a little. Wondering why we are less efficient. I don't. Even when he was throwing darts last year at an MVP level, he wasn't attacking the middle of the field that much. He hasn't in ages. It's just not his game. Every once in a while, you'll see something like the perfect throw to Alan Lazard over the middle against the Seattle Seahawks that was dropped. I mean, he's judicious with his shots down the seam, over the middle, what have you. But it's just not an area he's not ever, but like recent vintage Rodgers, I'm talking the last 5-8 years, he just avoids it. It's just not his thing. And he's won MVPs. They've won a lot of games. It used to bug the shit out of me, but you can't argue with the fact that they move the ball. Now, the efficiency thing is real. Now that's an issue, and that has been mystifying to say the least. And I think some of that is on the plan, some of that is on the development, long developing routes, lots of empty. There hasn't been, to my eyes, there haven't been nearly as many readily available checkdowns available to him. But when they have been, he's taken them. So I think it's a much bigger mix than just he's not throwing over the middle of the field. I don't think that's it. The Pro Bowl is a sham. Thank you, Stephen. Breaking news from 1987. Matthew, thanks for the super chat. Is it just me, or is Packers defense nasty on the point of attack and getting to the corner? Any chance Douglas brought back the credit? He credit depth guy. You guys really got to take a breath when you're typing these things out. Douglas, his physicality has certainly helped. There's zero question about that. I noted that his very first action in the Green Bay uniform. I don't think it's just that, though. I think, obviously the addition of Campbell has helped. I think they've gotten better and better play up front throughout the season. Dean Lowry has played much better as the season has gone along. You've seen TJ Slayton start to develop. So that has certainly helped. There's no doubt about it. But then to your point, you get to the corner. I think you get Campbell sideline to sideline, rarely taking false steps. Barnes has improved his play on the safeties when they come down. More often than not, they're arriving and not allowing stuff to rupture. Although we did see Amos have a poor missed tackle attempt out in the left flat or the right flat against Seattle. But for the most part, I think it's just technique and the fact that if and when ball carriers are in space, they're making sure that they break down. They're not over pursuing. And that is something we saw a lot of under Pettin that has disappeared under Barry. Uncultured, thanks for the super chat. It's Packers versus Vikings, and I'm not my usual self. I'm not hyped, and I still want to see them stomp the Vikings in that bird-killing stadium. Pappies. I hear you. I'm with you in the sense that I don't feel the animosity from Packers fans this week towards the Vikings. I know we all feel it, but it's not manifesting itself the way it usually does because, they've got a poor record. They're not really a threat to the division. But make no mistake about it, Vikings fans, this is their Super Bowl. Sunday is it. They're at home against the hated Packers, probably their best shot to beat the team, Green Bay, this year, even though they won in Lambeau last year. This is it for them because if they win this game, this is true. I read, the Star Tribune, one of the Minnesota papers, literally said, this was the big push. If they can win this game, they're right back in the thick of the wild card race. Remember living there? Man, you older folks do. Remember living in God, if we could just get in the wild card race. Like when Mikowski was quarterback. Like, oh man, you made a wild card spot? That was heaven. That was like you had arrived. That's where the Vikings are living right now. And that's why this game is so big for them. It's going to be tough, man. I'm telling you. The place is going to be off the hook. It's going to be crazy. The energy is going to be nuts. Chris, thanks for the super chat. Can't wait to see what the Vikings got for us. Always a great game, but I hate losing to them the most. And as a near future NFL owner, I feel more connected to this team than ever. Go Pack Go. Thoughts? So many thoughts. Yeah, losing to the Vikings really sucks. That is the worst. Especially how they did last year in Lambeau, getting run all over. And as I said on Transplants last night, I do think they'll follow pretty much or attempt to follow the same formula. I don't think they're going to put this. I know Kirk Cousins just finished a game where he threw all over the yard and got his wide receivers involved. I don't think that's going to work if that's what the Vikings want to try this time around, this Sunday. I think they are going to lean on their running game, much like they did last year in Lambeau. Now, the Packers' defense is much improved. They are not the pushover they were last year against the run. So I am very interested to see how that plays out. But I think that's how they'll attack it. They will try to take the ball out of Kirk Cousins' hands, take the air out of the game, keep Aaron Rodgers on the sideline, and try and run the football. That's my guess, but we'll see how it plays out. But yes, losing to the Vikings is the fucking worst. The worst. Timbo Slice, what's up, man? Thanks for the super chat. Do I think Mike Zimmer is on the hot seat? I don't. It's hard to say. I mean, they've been going through quite a bit. And I know the record isn't great, but those games, a lot of those games have been pretty damn close. And he's had them in them, every single one of them. I mean, missed kicks, ball bouncing the wrong way, etc. I would suspect he's back for at least one more year. But you never know. Sometimes it can really depend on how they play down the stretch. Hell, if they beat the Packers twice, that alone might save his job. Now, I don't think for a second that it's not being talked about, inside the Minnesota franchise, but it's always about you always meaning like, the people who make these decisions are always like looking for the new thing, the next big thing, blah, blah, blah. Like, man, sometimes you got to be careful. You might make a move just to make it. There's no guarantee that what you're going to end up with is going to be better than what you got. And I think Mike Zimmer is a really good football coach. Now, I think he's an excellent defensive coach. I do wonder about his acumen when it comes to trying to drag that program back into the 50s when it comes to offensive football. But, man, he's a great coach. He's one of the best defensive minds in the league. Those don't just happen to fall out of the sky and into your lap. So I would be surprised if they moved on, but I think that would be a good thing for the Packers, most likely, depending on who they hire, obviously. Let's see what else we got here. Bryson, thanks for the super chat. I will be curious when Z comes back how they will use him. In the old defense, he was able to freelance and was the focal point. Yeah, I think we've seen hints of how they used to use Z with Gary. For a stretch there, they were utilizing him kind of in the middle, and they were asking him to move around a little bit. But I don't think it'll be ever as free-flowing as Mike Pettin had it, was allowing it to be, especially if you listen to what Blake Martinez said when he came here to New York. I don't think it's ever going to be that. But there'll be plenty of opportunities for him to make plays. Of that, I have no doubt. I mean, we saw even in that very limited time, and we saw him like 18 snaps in week 1, they moved him around quite a bit. Now, they only utilized him essentially in obvious passing situations. But, yeah, I think he'll be given opportunities to make plays from all over the front, much like he was under Pettin. I just don't think it's going to be it's not going to be the Za'Darius Jazz hour, so to speak. Most hated, thanks to the super chat. May have to go behind enemy lines this Sunday to provide some much-needed support for our boys. We'll try sabotaging that damn horn. That's what I'm talking about, Matt. Thank you for the support. Jeff, thank you for the super chat. Over-under on horn blowing this Sunday. Annoying. I tell you what, I got an easy way to solve it. Turn down the sound on your television. Turn up the sound on the Cheesehead TV watch party. Then you'll never, ever, ever hear the horn. Since we've been doing watch parties, since I never watch it live anymore, like, it's always like jarring when I go back after the game, knowing the outcome, everything, blah, 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 and then I turn it on, and that first time that horn blows, I'm like, it's instant nails on a chalkboard. It's like, oh, it's the worst sound on earth. But yeah, if you just listen to the Cheesehead TV watch party, we guarantee 1,000% no horn on the Cheesehead TV watch party. Uncultured, thanks for the super chat. You are so right, Nags. As a future NFL owner, I remember being one of those fans who were just pumped that we got into the playoffs. Those were dark times, man. But the Les Steckel year was great. Wow, you really throwing it back there. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong. I get it, man. That's right. Remember when Buffalo, what was it, last year or 2 years ago, when they won the division? Was it last year? And all the fans showed up at the airport just because they won the division. Like, that was it. Like, there was a huge fucking throng of fans at the airport. That was Green Bay back in the day, like in the 90s, when Brett and Mike and Reggie and Leroy were like banging on the door and then they finally did it. People lost their damn minds. That's why that Nick Saban quote, what was it, last week, 2 weeks ago, rang so true. People don't appreciate winning. When you win a lot, it's expected. It is expected in Green Bay now. That's why, like, when people are talking about, oh, the Seattle offense like was pretty poor or whatever, blah blah blah, much more so than our defense was good. Wait, what? Man, this team can win any number of ways. It shut out an NFL offense. That's awesome. Appreciate that. Soak it in. Enjoy it. Man, winning is not easy. And the Packers do it a lot. We are so lucky. Marshall, thanks for the super chat. Rodgers has scrambled/rolled out a lot less often since Matt has been coach. Is it because Matt wants him to stay in the pocket more or age attrition? Well, he would tell you that he's still able to do it. I think that's kind of the ongoing repartee he has with Pete Doherty, which I think is great. I think it's partly, the design of the offense, certainly. And I think he's much more effective from the pocket. He's always going to be. And I got heat for this a couple years ago when Matt got hired before we saw him in this offense. He's not that guy anymore. He can't make the plays outside the pocket that he used to when he was dragging them to the NFC Championship game in 2016. He's not that guy anymore. He doesn't need to be either. That's what's so great. Now, every once in a while, yes, we'll see him break contain and do something outside the pocket. But more often than not, his best plays are going to be from the pocket. He's an aging quarterback. And there's no shame in saying that. That's not a knock or a diss. Father Time is undefeated. And the more he plays from the pocket, the better it is for the Packers. Zero question about it. LT, thanks for the super chat. Did the KC game kill LaFleur's chances at Coach of the Year? I don't know about killed it. We'll see how it goes down the stretch. These are all popularity contests. We'll see. I don't think he was ever going to be seriously given consideration regardless. He literally took it into Arizona on a short week with no practice, down 2 top receivers, won the game, and everyone's like, oh, the Cowboys are great. Like, he's never going to get his due. Matthew, thanks for the super chat. Thoughts on a player like Lazard moving to tight end, given his blocking ability and body type? He's not going to move to tight end in name, but, they're going to utilize him much like they have been. He comes in line. He does the blocking that he's asked to do. Hell, what's funny is that over route where Rodgers nails him and he drops it, that's essentially almost the same, type of play that Tunyon got the big gain on against Arizona and injured himself. But essentially it's the same action, same design, similar scheme, what have you. So I don't think there's a need to change the position title. They're going to keep utilizing him the same way, and sometimes it's going to augment and help out where Tunyon may have in the past, but he's going to be a wide receiver. What else we got? Roger's that. Thanks for the super chat. Watch parties are the best. No Horn, no Aikman. Man after Corey Banky's heart right there. Chris, thanks for the super chat. I disagree, Nags. Whenever we get a sack or interception, I freak out like we just scored the game-winning TD in the Super Bowl. Maybe because I'm not used to it. Go Pack, go. Yeah, we talked about that last night on Transplants. It's kind of an out-of-body experience having a good defense in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Like, I'm still kind of coming to grips with it. Like, it still feels a little alien. Not going to lie. Like, don't know how to react. But yes, I feel you there. Very much feel you. Timbo Slice. Thanks for the super chat. I was at the airport after the 95 NFC division game in San Francisco. It was one of the best Packer moments ever. First trip to conference title game since Lombardi days. Heady times, man. God, those were great days. I was watching an old, what game was I watching? It might have been the San Francisco game, but I was listening to Jim Irwin and Max McGee. Man, that's Packer heaven right there. Robin's here. What's up, Robin? How you doing, man? Hope you're feeling well. Bryson, thanks for the super chat. Props to 12, dragging a bunch of lawn chairs at DB in 16 to 3 NFC championships. Well, to the NFC championship, I think you mean. A bunch of lawn chairs at DB. Hey, man, shout out to Ladarius Gunter. I love that kid. Brandy, birds die, the horn cries, it don't matter. Packers dropping 50. There you go. I love it. I love it. I love it. Becky, my only time at Lambeau was watching them beat the Falcons in the playoffs in '95. Magical day. Man, that's an old one. That's an old school one. I like it. Dawson, thanks for the super chat. Here's hoping they take the Vikings and their gallow horn to the gallows and send them Valhalla. Woo! Little Mad Max there. I like it. I'm down with it. Literally heard yesterday we have third-ranked scoring defense in the NFL, and I was like, whoa, what? Got butterflies in my stomach. Was so happy. They've been lights out, man. It's crazy. And you want to discount what they did against Seattle? Fine. What did they do against Kansas City? What did Kansas City do and turn around and then do in Vegas on the road the next week? 400 yards, bunch of touchdowns, blah, blah, blah. That same offense, 13 points against the Packers. I tell you, man, they are legit. They are legit. Jake, would you and Corey join Joe Barry on a Cheesehead TV tandem bike to the stadium? Would I? Where do I sign up? I'm all in. They don't deserve to go to Valhalla. Oh, I love it. Do I think Rodgers throws a couple 3 tugs? Nathan, I do not. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game. I think the Packers are going to win it like 24-17 or 24-21 or something like that. It'll be close. It'll be tough. It'll be ugly, but I think the Packers win. What else we got? What's Coach coming on transplants? Justin, it'll happen. It'll happen. We've talked. And like I think I told you guys, he was supposed to come on the day that Wednesday. It was his birthday, actually. And then the Rodgers COVID news broke and all hell broke loose and his world went crazy. So we'll get him on. He'll be on eventually. Nagler, I watched that 2019 Vikings-Packers game with a friend who said he found a Packers bar in St. Cloud. That was a lie. And a nice Vikings fan let us sit next to him in a purple packed bar. Well, that's nice. Cousins channels his inner Loki and throws it to random folks like our DBs. Long snapper kicking issues to be worried about. David, that's a good question. It seemed like after that initial miss against the Seahawks, that they got things headed in the right direction, right? The protection was much better. Snap and hold looked clean. And Mason made the field goal, made the extra points, looked okay. So fingers crossed they're headed in the right direction. But I'd be lying if I said, I'm completely calm about it, and I'm not going to completely hold my breath every time Mason goes out there to kick, because that would be a lie. And I don't like to lie to you guys. All right, I'm going to have to get going. I can't thank you guys enough for hanging out, talking Packers each and every day, Monday through Friday, right here on the Cheesehead TV social channels. Please do me a monster favor. Hit like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and then tell your friends, tell your family. Cheesehead TV, we are devoted to Green Bay Packers fans worldwide. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on the watch party Sunday afternoon. Packers taking on the Vikings right here, Cheesehead TV. Looking forward to it. See you then. Go Pack Go.